Is your data safer in Tennessee or Switzerland? Or are we all just pawns in big tech's game? Why can Europe fine tech giants millions while the US leave your privacy to a state lottery? Could Switzerland's secret weapon be the last stand against digital surveillance in 2025? Hi, this is Josephine, and welcome back to the People's Perspective, where we dive into the complex world of social and political issues. If you believe change is needed and want to understand the forces shaping our world, you are in the right place. And today we are diving into a topic that's more urgent than ever in 2025: digital privacy. It's March 2025 and the landscape's shifting fast. Governments, corporations, and citizens are scrambling to figure it out who controls our data. We are exploring three angles: the chaotic patchwork of US state laws, the US famous GDPR, and Switzerland's quietly elite privacy game. Let's get into it. First up, the states. If you are hoping for a clean federal privacy law in 2025, don't hold your breath. Congress is still gridlocked. Instead, states are changing ahead. This year is a big one. Eight new privacy laws kicked in across places like Iowa, Tennessee, and Maryland, each with its own flavor. Take Tennessee's Information Protection Act, effective July 1st. It's got this rare opt in rule for sensitive stuff like biometrics or health data. There is a nod to Europe's strictness, but it's an outlier here. Most US states lean business friendly. Iowa's law, live since January, lets companies collect non sensitive data as long as they notify you. No consent required. Weak protection for consumers, critics says. Then there is Minnesota, hitting July 31st, where you can demand a list of third parties snagging your data. That's a logistical nightmare for ad heavy businesses, but a win for transparency. The catch? No two states agree on definitions on penalties, leaving companies juggling compliance and citizens with uneven rights. It's a political mess. Privacy advocates argue it's a deliberate stale tactic by corporate lobbies to avoid federal crackdown. Meanwhile, vulnerable groups like low income folks targeted by data brokers are left exposed. The US is a wild west and 2025 is proving it. Now, let's get across Atlantic to my favorite European Union, where the General Data Protection Regulation GDPR has been the gold standard since 2018. By March 2025, it's still the heavyweight champ of privacy laws. The EU doesn't mess around, and company touching EU citizen data anywhere in the world has to play by its rules. Explicit consent before collecting data? Check. Fines up to 20 million euros or 4% of global revenue? Check. Oh, and yeah, just last month, a major US tech firm, I won't name names, but think ad driven, got slapped with 15 million euro fine for sloppy consent practices. What's new in 2025? The EU's tightening enforcement with the GDPR procedural regulations, making cross border cases smoother. It's a flex of political will, protecting citizens from surveillance creep while flexing muscles against big tech. For social causes, it's a lifeline. Activists can operate without constant fear of data leaks to hostile governments or corporations. But it's not perfect. Smaller businesses groan under the compliance burden, and some argue it's a geopolitical jab at US dominance. Finally, let's zoom into Switzerland, not a EU member, but a privacy powerhouse. As of 2025, the revamped Federal Act on Data Protection is in full swing since September 2023. It's basically GDPR with a Swiss twist. Think precision engineering for your data rise. Like the EU, it demands consent for risky profiling and forces companies to report breaches fast. Not in 72 hours like GDPR, but as soon as possible. If there is simple risk. Subtle but stricter. Switzerland edge, you ask? Its constitution. Yes, the actual constitution guarantees protection, one of few countries to bake it in that deep. Plus, the FADP's got the extraterritorial teeth. Foreign firms mishandling Swiss data get hit too. In 2025, Swiss companies like, for example, pCloud are cashing in. People trust them to shield data from prying eyes, especially with the US EU data privacy framework still wobbly. For social causes, it's a haven. Activists stash sensitive info there, away from less privacy friendly regimes. Politically, it's Switzerland saying, we are neutral, but we are not so soft. It's interesting to observe this change. Personally, I work closely with customers, and some Swiss customs will need to change. In this small mountainous country, many things are still done with handshake or over the phone. Unfortunately, data protection regulations are limiting these practices as we can no longer place a surprise order for your loved ones when you call us. That's our 2025 digital privacy rundown. US states fumbling toward control, the EU swing its GDPR hammer, and Switzerland playing the quiet titan. Where is this headed? More tension, more power plays, and hopefully more rights and protection for all of us. And what do you think? Should the US get the act together, or is the state by state house working? Well, if you find value in this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Please like if you like it or unlike if you don't. And hey, if you have thoughts to share, drop a comment below. I am uploading stories like this every Sunday evenings, Zurich time. So I really hope we meet again. But for now, thank you for watching till the end. And as always, stay informed, stay engaged, and remember, knowledge is the key.